Hello and welcome everyone to our Twin Flames Universe channel. Today we are going to talk about the 10 top things to do when your twin flame is upset. And these 10 things will help you avoid any drama, unnecessary conflict, separation or heartbreak with your twin flame, and really help you in maintaining communication and a stable, peaceful relationship with your twin flame even when there's upsets coming up. I'm Dennis.
And I'm Nicole.
And yeah, we will get right into it. The very first thing we have is don't take it personally. That's number one. What do we mean with that?
Well, don't take it personally. Personally, do we mean that you don't take it personally? So when your twin flame is upset, that you don't get upset too because of your twin flame is upset. Just remember you're one at the core, and your twin flame is reflecting something to you.
Yes.
So you have the chance to have a self-reflection and feel into it what this is actually communicating to you.
That's very good. And yeah, at the core really means when your twin flame is upset, it has nothing to do with you personally. They're not against you, they're not purposely attacking you, they love you, and they will only show you any places within you where you're not loving yourself. So anytime where they're upset, they're only going through something, they're human, they're having emotions, and as your twin flame, it might trigger you, it might bring things up for you, or you will be like, oh my god, my twin flame's upset, they don't love me or whatever. But it's really important to don't take their upsets personally. When they're upset, it doesn't mean that they're not loving you, they don't want to be with you, it just means they're going through something, and it has really nothing to do with you.
Don't take responsibility for the upset of your twin flame is the second one.
That's number two.
What we mean by that is that you don't try to rescue your twin flame, and that you're not kind of like being the codependent pattern of, oh baby, can I help you? Is there something you need? And it doesn't mean that you don't have compassion. It's safe to really have a lot of compassion for your twin flame, and to also have compassion for yourself as you're moving through that, but to really don't feel responsible for you triggering your twin flame, because that happens.
The purpose of the twin flame relationship is for you to heal any part within you where you're not loving yourself. So there will be triggering happening between twin flames. There will be upsets coming up, there will be feelings to be felt, and it's important to, you're responsible for anything that's coming up inside of you, and your twin flame is responsible for healing through anything that is coming up within them.
Right.
And if you're taking responsibility over how they feel, first of all, it is codependency. It's gonna feel incredibly uncomfortable in your relationship, and you're also not giving your twin flame the space and the opportunity to heal through it themselves. So you're kind of, not really supporting them to move through whatever comes up for them. Plus, it just makes you feel really bad, because you think, oh my god. And I feel like this comes so often from a pattern of, if you've had a family where maybe you just felt not safe, or there was always a lot of conflict going on, or when, I don't know, maybe someone in your family got upset, they would maybe do something that make you feel unsafe. So you have this pattern inside of you that when someone is upset or angry or whatever they're feeling, that's not a positive emotion, it triggers you not feeling safe, or feeling like you have to do something to create a safe environment for yourself, and that it's not safe for people around you to feel feelings and be upset. And that's definitely something to heal in a twin flame relationship, so that you can have a safe environment and also feel safe within yourself and with your twin flame, so that both of you can go through feelings and it doesn't make you feel unsafe.
And that's what make us come to point number 3. It's safe to put up boundaries.
Yes.
When you recognize yourself feeling responsible for the upsets of your twin flame, it's safe to set up boundaries and don't take it personally, and go within and just reflect on yourself, what patterns or feelings are arising in your consciousness, and moving through them. And also to put up boundaries in don't feeling responsible. It's kind of like clicking one in another.
Yeah, and what's really important, this is something that happens a lot in twin flame relationships. Because that person is your twin flame, people start believing that they're allowed to do anything that they want. And this is absolutely not the case. Your twin flame, just because they're your twin flame, is not allowed to call you names or treat you badly or disrespect you. That's absolutely not appropriate. So the same rules that apply to any other relationship you have apply to your twin flame union. So whenever your twin flame is upset and they're disrespecting you or they're not treating you well, it's absolutely safe to put up boundaries and say, hey, I will not be treated like this. If you're upset, you need to deal with it and heal through it and do whatever you need to feel through your feelings. But I am not your punching bag, and it's not appropriate to let out your upset on me.
Yeah. And this is leading us to point number 4. And that is?
Don't be afraid to discipline your twin flame. This means that when your twin flame is upset, you as their twin flame, you are the ultimate guru, the ultimate spiritual teacher. And that means that you are here to teach them and to guide them through whatever they're going through, and that you can really help them. And when they do something that is not appropriate, or they're not treating you well, or whatever it is that their upset is, you are absolutely allowed to tell them, hey, this is not okay. Hey, this is the pattern you have going on here. Right now, you're being this and that. And just voice it in a compassionate and mature way so that you can, communicate with them in the upset. Do you have something to add?
It's safe to address it.
Yes. Perfect. That was good. Anything else to add?
Well, we came to point number 5.
Yes, which is?
Which is don't take on the upset.
What does that mean?
What does it mean? That when you're twin flame and you are one, but that does not mean that you have the same upset. It means that you have the same core thing in your consciousness to heal, but it's not the same upset. It does not mean that when your twin flame is doing this or that you are doing this or that in the same way.
Yes.
It's always safe to go deeper down, to feel to feel your feelings, and to allow yourself to see what's reflecting.
That's really important. And also in codependent relationships, and maybe you've experienced this in a soulmate relationship, it's usually the case that, oh my God, my partner is upset or sad. I feel guilty about feeling good. And that can be really, if your twin flame is upset and then you start being upset because your twin flame is upset, because you think oh my God, they're upset, I should be upset too. You're both spiraling down this endless hole of upset. And the deeper you go, the harder it is to pull your union, both of you, out of that. So the best thing you can do when your twin flame is upset is to stay in your peace, stay in your joy, stay in the good feeling, and hold space for them, and don't spiral down with them down the upset hole. You are absolutely allowed to feel peaceful, to feel good, even while your twin flame is going through an upset or not feeling good. And that's also part of releasing codependency here. And with that, let's go to the next point, which is number 6, and it's have compassion. You want to talk about that?
Having compassion is very
crucial,
but also this is what helps you to release codependency. This is what it helps you to not go into taking on the upset and feeling responsible and taking it personal. This is really essential and will help you move through all of this new kind of experience of relationship you've never had before. And this is also one of the 8 keys of Harmonious Twin Flame Union. So when it comes down to relationship patterns and how does this work, having compassion is very essential.
And having compassion doesn't mean I take on your feelings, I go down with you into the upset. It means I'm just meeting someone where they're at and accepting that that's where they're at right now, and holding space for them and having understanding and compassion for, okay, this is where they're at and it's okay. Yes. Let's go to the next point. Number 7 is love your twin flame unconditionally. So I feel like that really speaks to the point we had before about compassion, and it's twin flame love or true love is unconditional love. And as we've mentioned before, with your twin flame, upsets will come up. But it's really important that you cultivate having a relationship where you don't judge yourself when you have upsets, but you love yourself unconditionally even through the upsets. And when that happens, when you've cultivated that in your relationship, it really gives you the opportunity to go through your upsets together, so that when upsets come up, it's not like, oh, you're upset now, I don't like you because you're upset, and go over there and heal through your stuff, and then after you heal, you come back together. But when you love each other unconditionally and you have compassion, you can stay together and partner together in working through whatever upset arises. And as we said before, your twin flame is a human being just as you. They have feelings, they have upsets, and any upset in truth is just a call for love. So again, don't treat it personally, but just see that your twin flame is hurting and they just desire to be loved. And that's what the upset is.
Yeah, and so we come to point number 8, which is heal what it brings up for you. We mentioned it before, so this is safe to heal what it brings up for you. And
I feel that's very, very clear. The next point we have is point 9, and it is stay in your truth. What do we mean with that?
Stay in your truth. What we mean by that is that you know that you are one at the core and that you can't mess up your relationship.
Yes.
Your true twin flame is perfectly your counterpart and meeting you where you're at, and you can't mess up your union. And your twin flame loves you the same way as you love them. And it's meant to be.
Absolutely. And even when your twin flame has upsets like, you don't love me, for example, what we mean with stay in your truth is also, okay, just treat it as like they're just having an upset. That's their perspective right now. They really feel that. But just because they say something or they're projecting something or they're working through something, it's not the truth. And you can stay in your truth and know, okay, no, I do love my twin flame. I know that I love them. I know that I love them every day to the best of my ability. And right now they're having this upset, but it's not personal. It has nothing to do with me, really just working through something. And I will stand in my truth and hold space while they are working through it. Yes. And that brings us perfectly into point number 10, which is do what feels good. And I feel like you have something to say to that, to explain that.
Do what feels good is remember the order. First God, then you, then your twin flame. So when your twin flame is having upsets and moving through feelings and healing what they have to heal at this point, it's safe that you give yourself what you need. And this could be having a shower, going for a walk, listening to music, and process what you have to process in this time. And that's not selfish. That's actually loving yourself. That's very important.
Yes, and when you love yourself, you love your twin flame.
Right.
And also, if you feel guided to help your twin flame, for example, through the upset, that's also, absolutely do that. Do whatever feels good. Maybe it's going to be supporting them. Maybe it's going to be cuddling them while they feel through it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's going to be go take a bath and take care of yourself. Whatever feels good is okay, but never force yourself to do something out of obligation or because you feel like you should, like out of guilt, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, we have covered our 10 points of what to do when your twin flame is upset. Thank you very much for watching. For any resources that will help you in healing any twin flame separation permanently, you can find a link to the Twin Flames Universe website below. And we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.